Hey everyone! Rango was one of those movies that really shaped my childhood despite its profuse use of adult jokes, which, to be fully honest with you guys, I still laugh at to this day. And this is one of the many reasons I believe it deserves an entire video essay that will probably take at least 2 days to complete. So, to put this into full effect, I'll be breaking down this video into 3 parts as I did with the Smiling Friends video: the niche, the visuals, and the moral. The niche. So the reason I decided to start with the niche is because it heavily affects the entire theme and vibe behind the movie. Rango was based on the spaghetti westerns that were quickly dying out around that time in Hollywood. What's a spaghetti western, you may ask? Well, a spaghetti western is a western with a protagonist who's not much of a protagonist in the first place. They are considered more of an anti-hero. This is opposed to the style of westerns that involved more benevolent hero that was there to save the town for the good of it rather than his own gain. Typically, the protagonists in the spaghetti western stories are a bit more loner types or only does things for his own benefit. I think The Spirit of the West was based on famous actor Clint Eastwood, who was known for being in spaghetti westerns. Rango himself, though he seems like a silly, almost good type of guy, is doing what he does for rather selfish reasons, other than just helping because it's the right thing to do. He does merge into doing that for the reason eventually, but that's over the second half of the movie. Even here, he begins to break the mold for both types of movies in a sense. It's actually really beautifully mixed together. He begins as a loner who wishes desperately to have friends and avid admirers. When he finally meets people, he blends into them like a chameleon, haha, pun intended, haha, for his own gain to form their perception of who he is. Even when he gets access to water and goes on this whole spiel about saving the water, he's actively taking a large portion of it. He starts blending into this role so much that he starts to believe he actually is sheriff. Even then, he's still fully not doing it for the right reasons. Only after Rattlesnake Jake effectively banishes him and then he meets the spirit of the West as he finally realized he needs to step up and save the town because it is genuinely the right thing to do. So Rango took a dying niche and made a beautiful spin on it with stunning and disgusting visuals, which leads me perfectly onto the next segment, the visuals. Hold on, kiddos, because this is a very beefy segment. I absolutely love the visuals of this movie. So around the time that Rango was made, hand-drawn 2D animation was starting to dwindle, and 3D animation was considered the hot new style. Multiple major movie companies had already adapted this style because they saw the amount of money it was making. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some absolute banger 3D movies that came out from like 2005 to 2011, but Rango was very visually unique from all of these, although having an anthropomorphic animal world is not altogether in a unique idea. Having all of them be relatively realistic and gritty was, though. A character's scare factor in this movie was judged by on like how realistic to the actual animal it was. This is why Rattlesnake Jake is considered the most realistic character in the whole movie. Something to really appreciate about each character design, as well as that when you look at one, they each tell a story about it. Even more insignificant characters like Waffles, yes, this character's name is literally Waffles, or Doc Kenny. There's so much you can tell about these characters. Like, literally look at this. It's an absolute design heaven. Probably not that easy to animate, though. The scenery around this movie, too, is also super visually appealing. The lighting is perfect, and there's this sort of feels surrealism the movie is very effective at pulling off when it wants to. It utilizes the desert's beauty to its fullest extent, being able to depict every bit of it in its wonderful ways. Peace is depicted in the white desert Rango saw while he was talking to the Spirit of the West. Harshness was shown in the scene Rango literally just walking to the dirt in the beginning. It's so perfectly and gracefully done that some parts genuinely made my heart flutter. It is also able to encapsulate Rango's emotional and mental state throughout the movie as well, which leads me to the most impactful part of this movie, the morality. Rango's morality is truly something special. Rango is a lizard deprived of social interaction, and when he finally does get to know some people, he shifts his personality into something fake, and then he becomes the very thing he pretended to be. It's a twist on the classic, you can be anything you want to be, but that's genuinely not all it is. Rango got himself trapped into a situation, and then took that situation and became one of the most feared sheriffs that town has ever known. It wasn't his position that he worked his butt off for, it was deserving that position he worked for. If you work hard, if you truly want something with all your soul, if you don't lie there saying that you can't do anything and that your life sucks, you can achieve something incredible. Clarity. So if you're a dreamer, if you want something, if you think you're unable to do it just because it would be too hard, get up. Because nobody but you is going to do it. And even though it's so hard, and it's so hard that it's beating you down and you can barely breathe, light is on the other side of the tunnel, my friend. And just like Rango, you will achieve great things. Thank you for watching this video, everyone. Like and subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.